started here right away. We're gonna try to do a manipulation right away. And which will actually get us auto-fire in this game. So you can actually get auto-fire in-game in this game, but you have to unlock it. So what you need to do is highlight the question mark down there. Have a score where the 0 column is a 0, or the 4-digit column is a 0. Sorry, it's hard to explain with metal slattering outside. Regardless to say, get the middle column at 0 in your score total. Uh-oh. Well, looks like we're not going any percent this time. Doesn't matter. And then you need to actually get another power-up upgrade past the question mark, so you essentially just cycle through them. And then that happens. Yeah, I accidentally killed the first turret at a bad time, so there's gonna be no warp from stage 1, which is fun. Honestly, we could probably warp from stage 3 anyways, and just do stage 2 normally. Shouldn't be a big deal. It'll be a little longer overall, but it's more Gradius for everyone, huh? Everyone loves Gradius. Did I not even get a, I didn't even get an option. And we're just gonna chill here for a little bit. There are very fast ways to take out these bosses I had to come up with for the speed run because, like, the bosses are the biggest pain in the butt part of the game. For time saves, because it's a shmup. So you kind of line up here. Boom. Now, normally I would have another option there, but it's fine. And we get to see stage 2, which we almost never get to see, in which I'm actually just going to go full power with stuff now. We're not going to be playing the lag reduction game too much here, since it is RGLove and a more of just casual overall run. So we're just gonna go ahead and power up here. Probably get a 3rd speed up as well. But I did go to show off the quick kill for the boss. We actually can't quick kill on this stage. So here's how the warps work. On the first stage, you have to kill those 4 enemy bases that spit out the ships when you have an even number in your same spot where you need the even number for the turbo, which is in the middle where it says 0 right now. So you need that to be even. And that's when you, and for all 4 that you destroy, you need your score to be even in that digit. And that's how you get the first warp. We missed that. Second warp in this stage, which we normally don't get a chance to do. But the warp in this stage is that if you kill the boss in under 2 seconds, you get the warp. It's like, oh, okay. Now we're full up. We just need to get back to shield now. And in the 3rd stage, which is what we're going to try to warp through, the way to warp from stage 3 to 5 is to kill 10 Moai heads. That's probably the easiest and probably the one people ran into the most in this game. Go. We got our little zib-zab-zubs here. Doing all the spawnings. And this is the first Gradius, so there's not too many different bosses. I can't really line up because I don't want to kill it in 2 seconds. But we use this star right there. I can't really point it out at the moment. So we'll just do a typical kill for this boss, which is just the shoot and go up and down. There we go. I actually came up with the strat that got the most current record not too long ago, because Gradius came up in the Blitz. And, yeah, it was nice. There's a strat in stage... Well, let me explain the speedrun a little bit. So the speedrun in Gradius is a lot different from what I'm doing now. You're actually doing basically low percent for most of your run. You're just gonna have a shield and a in one option for pretty much most of your run. Only in stage 5 do we switch it, and the reason that we want to just do low percent like that is because the Gradius bosses spawn faster when you have less items, and by that I mean their core becomes more vulnerable faster. Not so much that they spawn faster, but their core becomes actually vulnerable faster, and then you can kill them faster, thus saving time in every level if you're at low percent. This also accounts for the stage 7 boss, which is a timed boss. So on stage 7, what we would do in the speedrun is we'd actually die right before the boss and lose all of our items at a specific checkpoint, to where we basically lost no time taking the death, and you actually cut off about 2 seconds to that stage, which is significant. We've killed way more than 10 Moai heads at this point, so we are good. Thank you, Shima. Alright, then we have the stupid section. But yeah, normally no missiles, one option, and a shield is all you're gonna get through for a lot of this game. Gradius 2 is pretty similar, though we're definitely not doing it in that one. That one's much harder. Thank you for good luck. Later, Ash. Alright, let's see if we can... Well, that didn't line up like I wanted to, but that's okay. We can do it the other way. I was trying to do it to where I would get hints to the lineup, but we weren't quite on the right pixel. It's harder when you have 3 speed. It's a lot harder, actually, to line up the correct pixel at 3 speed than it is 2 speed in this game. But here's the warp. We're flying through the air, a bunch of Moai heads. Spinning. So we skip stage 4. And now we're on stage 5, which is probably the worst stage in the game. This is where we power back up to what we have. Because this stage is all about reducing lag, because there's a ton of it. We're not going to be going for any of the crazy lag reduction strats. They involve being on the very front of the screen and killing things as they spawn. We're not going to be doing any of that. It's a little too sketchy for a pickup run of Gradius. Again, RGLove, but that's okay. We get to see more of the meatballs this way. Alright, and then there's one over here. As you look at the lag, the slowdown is quite evident when these things spawn. I know where they're gonna spawn, but like I said, you need to be like right on the front of the screen in order to do this correctly. We're fully powered, so it should be okay. It's just gonna be a little more time consuming. With the ability to auto-fire, I don't have to worry about the lag missing shots. That's a huge concern on this stage when you don't have auto-fire. But I mean, the meatballs, they're gonna meatball, and we're just gonna stay back for now and kill them as they spawn. It's mostly the 2 arms that cause the lag. If you destroy 1 arm on this thing, it actually lags the screen a lot less, even with all the bullets. So for whatever reason, that second arm causes a ton of lag. And in the old strat for the speedrun, used to be dying at the very beginning of the next stage, but that got swapped out again for the checkpoint. I found that if you die, honestly, if like you die in the right pixel, I don't even think you lose more than a few frames because it's so fast. Because the game just scrolls away wrong with you. Like maybe a second or something, but you're gaining so much more time doing it. just by how quickly the boss dies out. Alright, so it's this boss again. Just gonna go with the typical tactic here. There we go. And that's the worst stage, because it's just so slow. Because of all the lag. But now at this point, all the bosses are just time-based, the last two bosses. You can't actually make the last boss go any faster. But you can make this boss go faster, as I mentioned, but we are not going to do that. So we're going to just sit there and enjoy our extra seconds of this boss fight. So we can stay at full power. Also, switching where you died on here makes the stage about 100 times easier, because with lasers and auto fire, you can shred these stupid walls here. We died at the beginning of this before, and then we'll just go through this with like an option and like a force field, no laser, and it just takes so much longer and mashing like crazy. So it's so much better to just keep this here and then die later at the later checkpoint. As far as score goes, I don't really shmup too much for scores. I know that's the main way they go about it, but I've always been more of a fan of no missing shmups than just going for score. To each their own. I wouldn't mind learning a score run one day, I don't think, but... Alright, so we're gonna hide down here. You can go up there and shoot, but this is where we hide. Just to show off the hiding spot for this boss, because it's just timed, you can't hurt it. Doctor, give me the news! Wait, does this one have a 10-minute estimate? I don't remember putting a 10-minute estimate for those. There's no way. That would completely shatter the record. Just the record. Oh man. Oh well. I must have misspoke about the estimate. Well, not so much newer game score counts. I'm just talking about more like classic online, like scoring such for shmups on like the major shmup boards and such. Because like all the arcade games, anybody who runs any of the arcade games tends to go for score over no missing. And honestly, a lot of times that makes it easier because a lot of those arcade shmups rank up in difficulty the longer you live or the more power-ups and such. It's kind of crazy. Oh wait, what am I doing? I always get the double here, and I'm just like flying through the level, not even thinking about it. It's so much easier to get the double here than it is to fly through this with the laser. We're gonna need a new shield soon. Alright, can I get... There we go. Like, it's obviously doable with the laser, but the double makes this stage a lot easier overall, and it doesn't matter what having laser at this point, because there's no boss to actually hit. The TurboGrafx version, you actually have to hit this last boss, but not in any way that matters. Yeah, like, the arcade runs are insane. Very skillful, but like... Here's Gradius. Like, I know I took an extra stage, which is why I'm 2 minutes up, but the estimate, I must have made it way too low. But that is the first Gradius game on the NES.